Usually, though, when I think of a door in the heavenly, earthly sense, I tend to think of the choices and the decisions that I've made in my lifetime. Doors that I have walked through. And listen to this one, you guys. Doors that I've actually walked past. And what really grabbed me was that every door or every gate, a chapter of my life, it required a decision from me. And every decision that I made, every door that I encountered had a part in shaping who I am today. Listen just a few of these. This is just a few. Rules of the home. How many of you guys remember the rules of your home? Some of you are going through the rules of your home right now. But it shaped me. Dating, jobs that I accepted, getting married, the decision to get married, having children, my social life, the people that I surround myself with, or the people who I learn from. And every decision that I've made has had an impact on my life in some shape or form. And guys, listen, when I first came to Jesus, I really dedicated my life to him. There was a year and a half where it was really raw for me. Does everybody know what I'm talking about when I use that word? That means I was still making mistakes. All the friends that I had before I came to Christ, all of a sudden when they see me going to Christ and leaning on Christ, all of a sudden I don't have as many of the friends that I used to have before I came to Jesus. And guys, I've used this before, but there's a line in a song by Styx that's Too Much Time on My Hands where it says, I got dozens of friends and the fun never ends. That is, as long as I'm buying. Well, when that stops, all of a sudden they're not by you anymore. Is everybody with me on this? I had this one friend that when I made the commitment to start following Christ, I'm giving him my heart, I'm giving him my life, and this one friend just would not let it be. He didn't want it. He wasn't accepting it. He kept telling me that it's a fad, it's going to fade away. He says, you'll be back, we'll be doing this and that. And he just became a very negative force in my life. And I had to make the decision that relationship had to end. And so there was a few months, probably about 5 months, that I hadn't seen my buddy. And all of a sudden, there's a knock at my back door. And our house, of course, you could come to the front, but we had this driveway that went around to the back. And the basketball was back there. And we had a carport with the garage. And all of a sudden, I opened the door, and it's my buddy. And he's standing there, and he goes, man, look what I got. And I looked out into my carport, and he had a brand new Honda Hurricane. And he wanted me to go for a ride with him. So he had a helmet in his hand, and he had his helmet, and he said, come on, man, we'll go for a ride, and then I'll let you ride it on your own and all that. And guys, everything within me wanted to go and do this. You have to understand that I wanted to go and do this. But this was one of the first times that I can remember the Holy Spirit getting my attention in my newfound true faith, where he literally grabbed my shoulders and said, do not walk through this door. Don't walk out this door. And I could feel it. And I was almost like covered in goosebumps as it was happening. And I just looked at my friend and I said, I'm not going, man. I can't do this. I'm not going to do this. And he got so upset with me and said some things to me, that were pretty hurtful. And he walked off and got on his bike and took off. Guys, about 35 minutes later, we got a call from a friend of mine that he laid his bike down under an 18-wheeler. Two praise gods. One is he survived the crash. And the second one was that I was not on the back of that bike. Is everybody with me on this? It's decisions. It's listening to the Holy Spirit. It was a teaching moment for me. It's recognizing when the Holy Spirit is speaking to me. Recognizing when the Holy Spirit is speaking to you to helping you with wise decisions. Deuteronomy 13:15 says it this way. Now listen. Today, I'm giving you a choice between life and death, between prosperity and disaster. Jesus says, I am the door if anyone enters by me. Again, Jesus is proclaiming, I am God. I am the one that you should look to.